Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Oakland have been hotbeds for crime in recent months, along with Chicago, with burglaries and murders becoming commonplace. But it was only recently that the media started paying attention. And there's a reason for that. I've got Farron Cousins back with me to explain that, exactly why. We've actually said this in the past. My position has always been, if you follow the numbers in Chicago, you've got 25, 30 people being killed, shot on a weekend, okay? Now, the media doesn't pay any attention because it's black on black. If it were whites being shot, you'd see a lot more of it. This story, to me, is kind of a similar kind of analysis. You know, you have the gated communities now where this big, what I call mob flash attack is taking place. What's your take on it?
Well, yeah, you know, it's really interesting what is happening here, because technically in these cities, crime overall is down. You know, we're talking about 13% statistically, but these massive events are what's becoming such a major problem in these cities, where you have groups of 20, sometimes 50. There was one group that was 90 individuals that appeared to be well coordinated, and they go to these high-end stores, jewelry stores, high-end shopping retailers, smash the windows, go in, take all these goods, as much as they can carry out of there, and they seemingly disappear all at once together. As you said, this is a good kind of example of like a flash mob, except not the kind that goes out, does a quick dance, and disappears. This is criminal activity that is scary for retailers.
They're showing up with sledgehammers. They're showing up with pepper spray. The people that are actually being attacked, the employees are being attacked in the process. Gavin, we did a story on DeSantis, where DeSantis is bringing in the militia. He's bringing a paramilitary group into Florida. I promise you, that's building, what he's doing, what DeSantis is doing is building to this talking point, and that is law and order. Democrats are so weak, they can't even control crime, but we can do it here in Florida because we have this paramilitary group. Gavin Newsom is a total failure. You've got, this is the argument, you know, retailers are going out of business during the Christmas season. They're even discussing maybe not even being open. So, I mean, this is a big issue. This isn't just, something that's passing through. I think it's here for a while.
Well, and what you have here is a politician, the DA, I believe it is, who decided, excuse me, to pander to these voters. Because when the DA came into office, the voters were saying, listen, we got to do something about the harsh sentencing laws. And they were terrible for non-violent offenders. But that's the part that got lost in the translation.
It's pretty violent.
Well, exactly. But here's what I'm saying is the DA says, okay, let me give you what you want, and just let's go of a lot of these prosecutions for actual violent offenders. So he tries to please these individuals by giving them something they technically didn't ask for, trying to make it seem like, hey, I'm not just rounding people up and overloading our prison system here. So it was truly a despicable case, if you ask me, of pandering that went absolutely off the rails because this guy didn't understand what the hell he was doing here.
Well, they're scrambling to try to explain it. You've got David Ball, who is a professor at the Santa Clara University. He's saying, oh, this is natural. This is just passing through. This is natural. This is a product of COVID. Everything is COVID. Well, the real experts are saying, no, this is very organized. It's coming through, they're organizing through social media. It's a broad problem that ain't just something like this Professor David Ball is trying to say that this is our Jonathan Simon at UCLA, as if this is some just passing through cultural issue. It's not. And Gavin Newsom better get ahead of it.
Well, Newsom's been put kind of on his heels on this particular issue because he doesn't know what to do. You know, this suddenly gets thrust into his lap because you have to expect him, or at least I would if I were him, you've got to expect your people, your mayors, your DAs, all these people across the state to be able to do their job. And when they stop doing that, suddenly it does fall on you, maybe fairly, unfairly, whatever, but this is Newsom's problem now, and he's the one that has to have the solution.
Big problem, and DeSantis is taking advantage of it.